Hi there, I have a question for you. But first of all, I'm heading up the hill here and I'm going to set up camp and have my lunch. I love this area. These ancient rocks, some of them left here by the glacier. And it was covered, this land was covered with ice. And also, let's see if I can zoom in on, can you see that? It's a shelter. And that's the kindergarten. And they come here with the kids and play. Kids can play in the woods. And I think that's wonderful. And all kids should have a childhood like that, you know. I'm having a lot of troubles with that camera there, so I wouldn't recommend it. Okay, so I have gathered some firewood here, and I am going to have my campfire. I'm always bringing this axe now. It kind of made the day for me, or made the night for me. Last time I was out and it was cold, so took down a dead spruce with this little axe, and this saw. I've said before, it's too heavy and all that. So, but it's, you know, it made all the difference when we cut up that dead spruce. To have a little bit larger saw made it a lot easier. So that will be my winter saw, I guess. And now we'll see if we can have some fire. This is a new campsite for me. It's like perfect for one person could sleep here. And maybe I'll do that. Not tonight, because it's now Thursday, and I am getting back in a couple of hours. But I took this day off, actually. Well, when I say I took this day off, I didn't really, because I have been writing. I did that this morning. I always write 1,000 words every day, and yeah, but it's good to take the rest of the day off, you know. And some of you have been asking what's my favorite knife, and I have to say it's the TBS Boar, this one. And I have put you won't find this exact knife anywhere, because I have fitted the scales, and it's bog oak, so it's the wood here is 5,000 years old, and yeah, gives you a special feeling, you know. It's a connection there. Okay, I'll have the campfire over here, and yeah, let's take a look. Okay, so everything is a little bit wet now, but I am putting these to make a base here. And yeah, let's see. So you want the fire to catch not only what's on top of it, but also what's under it. So here's the base, and now, okay, now let's see. Now there's been a lot of talk, you know, what's the best way to how to use the ferro rod? Should you keep the knife there and pull, or should you strike with the knife? You know, and it's like people are very concerned about this, but in reality, it depends on the terrain, you know. And well, I mean, like now I have a rock underneath, so I'm just going to be careful. Okay, so I'm putting some of this stuff there, and then some sparks, and we have our fire. But I'm not saying that's the only way to do it. I'm saying it depends on you should adjust your technique to the ground, really. That's what I'm trying to say here. So there is no right and wrong, as with most things that are exciting, and no right or wrong. There are always other ways to do it. The fire went out. I have to be honest with you. The fire went out. The battery in the camera went out. So, and I lost concentration because of everything, and then the fire went out. But it's okay now. I'll just tend to it a little bit, and we should be. Here's the battery. I have a spare that I put in the camera. Okay. Takes a bit of time because the surface of the fire, the surface of the wood is wet. So you have to be careful, when you add more wood. You can of course take the outer layer off with your knife. That helps a lot. I'm going to move around here. Yeah. I have a feeling I'm going to like this. I'm going to spend a lot of time on this campsite here. Ouch. And burn my fingers. Yeah, the fire is good now. And yeah, everything is good. Okay, so the fire is going. It's warm and cozy in here now. I didn't really need this tarp, but it's my Järven bag, and I just wanted to put it up like a tarp, since that's one of the things you can do with it. Yeah, but it's not raining. It was raining when I got here. I have to show you my new kuksa. Now let's see if camera can focus on, yeah. I think it's wonderful. And Martin made me this, so thank you, Martin. Now some of you have been asking, what's this, what are these? Well, it's actually just a dried meal, and you just pour some water in there, boiled water, and you let's see. And you close the bag, and in a few minutes you have your meal. Okay. I'm really liking this campsite a lot. It's well, the problem with this meals here, these meals, is that I normally I don't have the patience, and I'm hungry, so I just eat it before it's finished. But you have to wait for a few minutes after you pour the water in there. This campsite here is just fantastic. And I'll bring the camera around in a second and show you the surrounding area, because we are in the old forest, and if I walk that way, I come to the cave. The cave is that way, and so we're up in the untouched part of the forest. This area is dominated by these big rocks and very old and twisted fir trees. But now, let's see, it's chili, and I like chili. Okay, half of this will end up in my mustache, and the rest in my beard. No, 1/3 in my mustache, 1/3 in my beard, and the rest I'll eat. You know, so the fire is, and I'll show you. The fire is burning, and it's burning. It's very hot. And it's because I put those 2 logs and made the base out of those. Someone has put these rocks there, I think some kids. Because my daughter a few years ago, she told me that the school had they sometimes have these days when they spend the day out in the woods, and they went up here, and yeah, I think maybe they built, well, some kids at least have built this little wall. So I don't know if you can see this, but there are 2 logs there, and I don't really have to put a lot of wood on top now, because they are burning, and I have the rocks underneath, so it's keeping the warmth there. So here's this idea that I have. There have been quite a few people, young men, who have emailed me and asked me about different stuff. personal stuff. And it seems to me that the wilderness and the Norse way of life, you could call it the Viking spirit, I guess. It offers something to people, especially young men, because we have a society it's too civilized, and by civilized I mean not civilized in a meaning cautious. No, I can't pronounce that word. Sorry, not civilized in a nice way. Okay, but more like it becomes unnatural. But I'm not going to talk about that now. I'm just going to ask you. Now I have some background as a therapist. I've been working as a therapist before I became a full-time novelist. And this channel isn't going to be a channel where we talk about our problems endlessly. Not at all, because I'm not interested in that. But maybe I could have a mini-series, fireside chat, perhaps, where we could discuss some issues. If you tell me in the comment section that you would like such videos, I will consider it. If that's not what you would like to see on this channel, please let me know. I'm just saying that we could perhaps try to discuss what the Norse way of life and the Norse belief system, how that can make us stronger and more resilient and more I don't know what to say, really. I was going to say happier, but I don't think being happy should be a goal in itself. But now I'm already chatting. But let me know. Let me know if you think this is a good idea or not. It's starting to rain. I'm going to let the fire die out now, because I think I'm going to head back home now soon. I'll just finish my meal. I think there is no sound that is more calming than raindrops on the tarp or your tent. It really lowers your heart rate a lot. But I am heading back home now, and I want to thank you for spending this time with me out here in the woods. I promise to have another video up in a few days. Yeah, if you're not already a subscriber, please consider subscribing. It means a lot to me. And if you liked this video, leave a comment, give it a thumbs up. And yeah, I think that's all. And have a wonderful day or night or whatever it is in your part of the world. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.